I'm on a mission to free all of the people. I got a vision of peace on earth.
Hey, we're at 42 West Madison at a rally to oppose CPS budget cuts that are criminal and racist. And so these are the community members giving their collective voices for the movement.
That's right!
Were closed. We saw in 2013 with the mayor and
Oh, racist!
over 50 schools.
Oh!
Are setting the path for this to happen yet again. With the latest round of budget cuts. Yes, that ain't right. Mayor Lightfoot, Pedro Martinez, we want to share some things that can be done so history doesn't repeat itself. Free the funds!
Free the funds! Free the funds! Free the funds! Free the funds!
CPS is sitting at $1.67 billion remaining from its COVID relief funding.
That's right!
$1 billion in our schools can provide mental health support to our students, after-school programs that will fully enrich their growing minds. It can fund librarians. Instead, CPS is cutting positions.
Criminal!
Where's the money?
Where's the money? Where's the money? Where's the money?
We can't keep letting our students down. Our students deserve more. They deserve better. We need to change the way the system allocates money to our neighborhood schools because it continues to leave our communities at a loss. Stop starving our schools and prioritize our children. We demand equity. Now we are going to be introducing some speakers. We are going to hear from some parents from all over the city. First is Mariana Alvarez. She is a parent leader with BPNC.
Hello, my name is Mariana Alvarez, S-A-R-I-A-N-A-A-L-V-A-R-E-Z. I am a parent leader with the Brighton Park Neighborhood Council. I am here today because our students and our parents need answers. CPS received billions of dollars in federal funding. So why are these budget cuts taking place? Why are schools not a priority for our mayor? Why is our education for our students not a priority in her agenda? Every school should have the same quality of education as the next school. Every student in all neighborhoods should be privileged to the same resources and educations as every other student.
That's right!
My experience with my son has made this fight personal to me. He was placed in a merged classroom where not only his academics were deeply affected, but as well as his mental health. With all the budget cuts going on with CPS, merged classrooms will become more common. These budget cuts are burning out our hardworking teachers and making our children lose interest in school. We will lose dedicated teachers and students. In 2013, we lost 50 schools. In 2018, CPS voted to close 4 high schools in Englewood. How many more will we lose in 2022? How many more of these schools could have been prevented in this moment using federal funds? Mr. Pedro Martinez, I ask you, how many schools will be shut down? Why is the federal money not being used? When is it going to be used? Thank you. Hola, mi nombre es Mariana Alvarez. Soy miembro, padre líder de Brighton Park Neighborhood Council. Y estoy aquí porque nuestros estudiantes y nuestros padres necesitan respuestas sobre los cortos de fondos este año. CPS recibió billones de dólares para poder ayudar a nuestros estudiantes. Y ese dinero no ha sido usado. ¿Por qué nuestra alcalde, Mayor Lori Lightfoot, no ha hecho algo para que los oficiales de CPS usen este dinero apropiadamente contra nuestras escuelas?
Porque no les importamos.
Sí, ¿por qué no somos de su prioridad en su agenda? Cada escuela debería de recibir la misma calidad de educación y resources que todos los otros estudiantes. No, un vecindario debería de recibir más, todos los de vecindarios deberían de ser igual y todos deberían de recibir la misma. Esta lucha ha sido muy personal a mí, porque a mi hijo lo pusieron en una clase que fue 2 grados en una clase. Esto es muy malo, lo afectó en su academia y en su salud mental. Con todos estos cortes de fondos que están pasando, salones que son 2 grados en un salón van a ser cosa más común. ¿Y a cuántos más estudiantes van a afectar?
¡No más!
Solo están que nuestros estudiantes están perdiendo interés en las escuelas. Nuestras maestras, que son dedicadas y muy trabajadoras, se están quemando del trabajo, de tanto trabajo que están haciendo para poder ayudar a estos estudiantes. En 2013 perdimos 50 escuelas. En 2018, CPS votó para cerrar 4 high schools en Inglewood. ¿Cuántas escuelas podrían haber sido salvadas si el gobierno usó ese dinero que teníamos guardado?
¡Todas!
Mr. Pedro Martínez, ¿cuántas escuelas van a ser suficientes que usted va a cerrar? ¿Por qué el dinero no ha estado siendo usado? ¿Y cuándo va a ser usado? Gracias.
Thank you, Mariana. Our next speaker is Juanita Richardson. She's a parent at Clinton.
Good morning. My name is Juanita Richardson. JUANITA RICHARDSON. And I am here to represent the proud parents and LSC of DeWitt Clinton Elementary, located at 6110 North Fairfield Avenue in Chicago. West Ridge neighborhood in the far north side. Clinton Elementary is one of the most linguistically and culturally diverse schools in the city as well as the state. Our neighborhood has long been the home to many of Chicago's newly arrived refugees and immigrants. And schools like Clinton are a lifeline to the newly arrived and many other populations that call West Ridge home. Our school community are in great need at this time as our children and families face many challenges, such as loss of jobs and income, loss of family members, and an influx of new refugees, which means an increase in school enrollment.
That's right.
Cutting DeWitt Clinton Elementary's budget will prevent us from meeting the enrollment increase, maintaining our existing staff, and from filling several other key positions that are open due to retirement and resignations. We thank you for this opportunity and for your attention to reduce the magnitude of budget cuts that can be protected by the $370 million of unspent relief money.
That's right.
And you don't have to take my word for it. We have hundreds of signatures from our community.
Thank you, Juanita. Thank you. Our next speaker is Cecile DeMayo. She is an organizer with Teamwork Englewood.
Good morning. My name is Cecile DeMello, CECILEDEMELLO, and I'm the Executive Director of Teamwork Englewood, a community organization that services Greater Englewood. As many speakers have already shared, the Greater Englewood community has had unprecedented and historical destabilization of the public education system unseen. And it's not this is not the time for disinvestment to continue to happen in a community that needs radical investment. Children have been displaced. Student-based budgeting is not working. It is inequitable and racist at its core. Black and brown children
is Juana Contreras, and she is a parent at CPS and a leader with the Brighton Park community.
Buenos días, los digo, mi nombre es Juana Contreras y estoy representando el Concilio Comunitario de Brighton Park. Hoy estamos aquí reunidos porque estamos muy impactados por los recortes que quieren hacer algunos de nuestros líderes en contra de nuestras escuelas.
Exactamente.
Es lo más importante, especialmente en contra de las comunidades latinas y afroamericanas, y no merecemos merecemos más respeto que los ricos y los blancos. No es justo, todos tenemos el mismo derecho.
Sí, es cierto.
Nosotros demandamos y exigimos más presupuesto para la educación de nuestros hijos y en cómo se va a gastar los millones de dólares que recibieron del gobierno. Hay mucho que todavía no se ha usado.
Mucho.
A mí nunca se me preguntó cómo me gustaría invertir ese dinero. La mayoría de ese dinero todavía no se ha usado y es ahora el momento. Precisamente nuestros estudiantes están con mucho estrés debido a la pandemia que nos encerró por mucho tiempo. Se necesita ayudarlos en programas en las escuelas para aliviar un poco ese estrés. Esto significa, no queremos más de 25 estudiantes porque tienen más de 25 estudiantes en sus salones. Queremos más consejeros, una biblioteca, clases de arte, música y mucho más. En contrario, vemos que quieren recortar aún más el presupuesto. Señor Pedro Martínez y miembros de la Junta Directiva, ustedes están cortando más de $1 millón de las escuelas en Brighton Park. No es justo. No estamos aquí solo para hablar, sino para que nos escuchen. Estamos aquí para exigir que esto es muy serio. Es el momento de invertir en nuestras escuelas y para obtener más dinero. Vamos a seguir más demandando hasta que se cumpla. Exacto. Invierten en el sistema educativo por el futuro de nuestros hijos. Usemos estos millones de dólares que tenemos. ¡Los queremos! ¡Los queremos! ¡Los queremos! ¡Los queremos!
Muchas gracias, Juana. Sigue, our next speaker is Senator Celina Villanueva.
Senator.
I'm State Senator Celina Villanueva, and I represent communities like Little Village and Brighton Park. And I'm so honored to be here with the community.
That's right. That's right.
Parents, some of our students who are here learning very early what it means to make sure that their voices are heard. We just got back from Springfield and the governor just last week signed a budget. And you know what happened in that budget? We made sure that we increased funds to combat domestic violence. We made sure that we increased funds to go into higher education so that our students that are struggling to make ends meet but want to get a college degree can do that. We increased funds to combat violence in our communities. We put money into violence prevention, and you know why? Because in Springfield, we had major arguments to say our communities deserve for us to invest in them, especially after the past several years during this pandemic, where Black and brown communities have been disproportionately affected by a pandemic, by health disparities, by cycles of poverty.
Preach that.
And now we have CPS trying to cut budgets, and we're talking about millions of dollars in our communities, in Black and brown communities throughout the city of Chicago. But even more than that, it is the fact that they're trying to cut the people, the community, the education community in our children's lives that are helping to raise them along with our parents. They are trying to cut our communities and our children's lives in a time where they have experienced some immense trauma. And that ain't right.
That ain't right.
We're here to say that the same way in Springfield that we use the ARPA funds, that we use federal funds to make sure that we were funding our communities, is the same way that we need CPS.
That's right.
To make sure that they use those federal funds that they have, the billion and almost close to $2 billion that they have, to make sure that we prevent these cuts. Because this ain't right.
It ain't right.
We are here as a community to say we are tired of you taking away from our communities that actually need so much more. Let's stop just investing. Let's invest in our kids, in our communities, because that's what's really going to help. That's what's really going to get to the problem, the root problems. But we're here in community, and we're going to keep on going, because today isn't the only day. We will keep on going, porque ¿qué? Estamos en la lucha, ¿verdad? Soy la senadora estatal Celina Villanueva, y estoy aquí con la comunidad, con personas, con padres, con estudiantes, con gente y líderes comunitarios para decir no a los recortes a nuestras escuelas. Estamos representando, estamos aquí con gente de comunidades que están diciendo y que han sabido lo que es el impacto de la pandemia, porque nuestras comunidades latinas y afroamericanas han sido sumamente impactadas por esta pandemia. Y no está bien que en este momento las escuelas públicas estén tratando de hacer recortes en las escuelas donde nuestros hijos y nuestras comunidades que allí están presentes están diciendo que no hay suficiente dinero, cuando sabemos que sí hay. Porque el gobierno federal les ha dado billones de dólares por exactamente esta razón. Porque sabemos que la pandemia nos ha impactado. Usen ese dinero. Usen el dinero que el gobierno federal les ha dado para este momento. Porque nuestras comunidades lo merecen en este momento y en los momentos futuros. Estamos en la lucha.
Thank you, Senator Celina. Next is Representative Aaron Ortiz.
Buenos dias, good morning.
Buenos dias.
My name is Aaron Ortiz. I'm the state representative of the 1st District, which covers many neighborhoods on the southwest side of the city of Chicago. Before I begin, I just want to share a few numbers with you. A few numbers. 191,000, 133,000, 405,000, 407,000, 386,000, 380,000, and the list goes on.
Criminal.
These numbers are cuts that have been made to our schools in the city of Chicago. I'm thankful to be standing with you all today. People who are committed to giving our kids and our community a great education.
That's right.
But the proposed budget cuts to our school that we are here to discuss had an unfortunate precedent. For years, Black and Latinx students have borne the brunt of budget cuts in Chicago schools, and they are once again being asked to learn with fewer resources than predominantly white schools.
That's right.
The resources potentially being cut include English as a second language and bilingual services.
Come on now.
I was one of those students in 2nd or 3rd grade who did not know a single word of English. I was in ESL. I benefited from those ESL and bilingual services. That's why I'm able to stand before you as a state representative now, because of those services. Getting resources like higher education applications in different languages to ESL students could mean the difference between education ending at high school and achieving a college degree. Translating IEP meetings as a special education classroom assistant. Spent hours making sure that parents understood what services were available to their special education students. If these cuts, these proposed cuts are actually fulfilled, $60 million are cut and taken away from Black and brown kids in our community.
Racist!
But there's $1.4 billion that CPS has in federal dollars.
That's right.
And as elected officials, as government, you have a job to pass a budget. Oftentimes, elected officials want to balance these budgets on the backs of working class families.
That's right.
And in this case, you're balancing it on the backs of kids, black and brown kids,
My kids.
that are not going to be receiving services because of you wanting to balance your budget on the backs of our kids.
It's criminal.
That's not fair. That ain't right. A lot of these cuts, like I said, will be impacting our immigrant families, which are fighting for a foothold in the face of a hostile national attitude,
Yep.
as well as an endemic socioeconomic challenges. Further limiting resources to help ease transition is not a viable path forward. Because of the disproportionate effect that the proposed budget plan will have on Black and Latinx communities, I'm calling on the Chicago Board of Education to reconsider how they allocate their funding for this upcoming year. Buenos días, mi nombre es Aaron Ortiz, soy el representante estatal del primer distrito que cubre muchos de los vecindarios del suroeste, incluyendo Gage Park y Brighton Park. Y estoy aquí con muchos papás, mamás, estudiantes, jóvenes que están peleando para asegurar que nuestras escuelas tengan lo que merecen. Se están proponiendo 60 millones de cortes a nuestras escuelas públicas.
No es
Nuestras
justo.
escuelas públicas
No.
que tienen estudiantes mayoritariamente afroamericanos y latinos. Y muchos de estos presupuestos que quieren cortar les van a afectar a los servicios bilingües, a estudiantes que no saben el inglés y están aprendiendo y no solo saben hablar un lenguaje. Yo fui uno de esos estudiantes en segundo y tercer grado, nomás sabía yo español. Sin esos servicios yo no estaría aquí. Tenemos que asegurar que nuestra comunidad tenga esos mismos servicios que los estudiantes del suburbio, los estudiantes del norte. Les voy a dar unos números que son tan tristes, pero esos números son cortes a nuestras escuelas. Cientos de millones de dólares.
No es justo.
191 miles de dólares, 130 mil dólares, 405 mil dólares, 407 mil dólares. Esos son cortes a nuestras escuelas del suroeste. Esas son posiciones que nos ayudarían a nuestros estudiantes durante el día. Le pedimos al CEO Pedro Martínez, como un latino, que esté con nuestra comunidad. Necesitamos estos servicios bilingües, nuestros estudiantes lo necesitan a él, que sea un líder. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Representative Aron. Next is Representative Edgar Gonzalez Jr.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to start in Spanish and I'm going to switch to English. Muy buenos días a todos.
Buenos días.
Ahorita me encanta la creatividad de los cartelones que tienen aquí, por ejemplo. Déjalo esto. Pedro Martínez, CPS CEO, resultó ser más falso que mis pestañas. O sea, la creatividad es, pero como dijo el representante Aaron Ortiz también, a tener un latino como Pedro Martínez como jefe de CPS y no poder saber de que nuestras comunidades somos los que necesitamos este dinero, ¿qué está pasando con eso? O sea, necesitamos un líder de él, necesitamos un líder en todos ustedes. Por eso es lo que consideramos así. Más y más nos dicen a los maestros, a los estudiantes, hacer más con menos recursos.
Es cierto.
Eso es incorrecto. ¿Cómo creen que eso sea posible? Nosotros, o sea, los representantes, los senadores y yo, somos productos de las escuelas públicas de Chicago. Y muy bien sabemos que desde hace muchos años hasta ahorita seguimos con los mismos problemas. Desde hace mucho nos han dicho que no se ha invertido en nuestras comunidades. Y ahorita, ¿qué es eso? Están desinvirtiendo en nuestras comunidades. That's messed up.
Es criminal y racista.
Yo digo que sí, yo digo que eso es racista. Yo digo que es una falta de conocimiento, una falta de reconocer qué es lo que necesitan nuestras comunidades. Ayer estábamos en la escuela Zapata, que está en mi distrito, y un señor estaba diciendo de que siempre se les ha dicho que los maestros son los héroes, son los trabajadores esenciales. Y cómo es cierto eso, se les está quitando todo ese dinero. Entonces ya basta con todo esto, ya es tiempo de regresar ese dinero a nuestras escuelas, y ya es tiempo que nos escuchen y que no estemos aquí pidiendo en la calle para más dinero para nuestras escuelas. Briefly in English. Good morning, everyone. I'm State Representative Ana Gonzalez. Like I was saying, I'm a product of CPS schools, but CPS expects more and more for teachers, students, for schools to do more with less resources. What is up with that? That doesn't make absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Make it play.
Yeah, the math doesn't add up. It does not.
No.
So, considering that Pedro Martinez is a Latino and he is the head of CPS,
Yeah, right.
he should know better. He should know that our schools that need this money. More and more, we expect teachers and students to do less with more, to do more with less.
That's
so,
right.
that's completely false. The math doesn't add up. We need to stop begging for money
That's
out
right.
on the streets. We need CPS to
Pony up the money.
Pony up the money.
To pony up the money.
Our money.
Our money.
Our money.
Our money. It is time that we get it. That we get it now. Thank you very much.
I'm on a mission to free all of the people. I got a vision of peace on earth. My decision to shape reality will be in my every act and word.